Neil's Vacuum and Sewing Center. We're with you every stitch of the way.
Hi, it's Carol, back again with our next Fun Fact Friday. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to miter a border when you're making a quilt or table runner or just a table topper. So let me show you. To get started, the first thing you're going to want to do is to measure your table topper, quilt, whatever it is you're going to put that mitered border on. So you'll want to measure through the center, both directions, and this one measures 21 this way and 18 this way. So to cut your border, you want to decide what width border you're going to have, and I'm using a 4-inch border here. So you're going to double that, which would be 8, plus 2 inches, so 10. So I want to make this one here, it was 21, so I'm adding 10. I'm going to cut my border 31, which I've pre-cut here. Across here we had 18, plus the 8, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10, so I cut that one 28 inches. To mark your quilt, you'll want to measure your 1/2 inch or halfway through both the width and the length, because those are going to become important when we pin our borders on. And one of the more important things is to make sure that you have a 1/4 inch mark here at each corner, because we're only going to sew to the 1/4 inch mark on every corner. So I would take my gauge here, mark that a 1/4 inch that way, and then I'm going to mark it a 1/4 inch this way. Again, I'm using my seam gauge, which last time I showed you was one of my favorite tools, and I do like this tool. So I would mark every corner that way. The next step would be to mark the center of your border so that you can match that up to the center of your side. And you're going to pin it from the center out to your 1/4 inch mark and then to the other side and stitch that seam. Let me show you one that I've already stitched. Okay, as you can see, I have stitched this seam, finished one corner, but the important part is to stitch this right to that 1/4 inch as you also do on the side. So they have to meet right at that 1/4 inch. Then the next thing is to miter that for you. And you don't cut off the extra either. Leave that on there. You're going to need it. The next step would be to fold your item in half, and you'll want to have your tails lined up here evenly at the bottom edge. Then lay your ruler on that diagonal line, and you're going to draw a line from the 1/4 inch marking down to the bottom of your borders. And I have done that, as you can see here. Then what I would do, and I always do, is to pin that and make sure it's going to lay flat before you sew it. And we're not going to cut those tails off just yet. And now that we've pinned that on the line that we just drew, open it up to see if that is going to lay flat for you. And it appears it's going to, so I would take that to the sewing machine at this point and stitch it. Again, leaving my tails in case it doesn't lay as flat as I would like it to. So basically that's what you would do next. And you can see here on this one, I have sewn this angle here, and you can see I've pressed it and it lays real flat. So then you would just go back to your border and trim that off at a 1/4 inch here, and open up your seam and press it like this one, and you have your perfect mitered corner border. So hope you've enjoyed this, and we thank you for watching us and joining us today, and until next time, happy sewing.
Neil's Vacuum and Sewing Center.